Coming up on Global Business, people-to-people exchanges. Chinese President Xi Jinping stresses the importance of China-US relations during a meeting with U.S. business and academic leaders. Strong recovery. China's industrial profits witnessed robust recovery, up 10% on a yearly basis in the first 2 months of this year. An AI Power World Forum for Asia emphasizes the transformative impact of AI on our lives, identifying it as an opportunity for growth and operation among Asian countries. From CGTN headquarters in Beijing, this is Global Business. I'm Zhen Junfeng. Chinese President Xi Jinping has stressed the importance of China-US relations during a meeting with representatives of US businesses and academia in Beijing. He said China-US relations are one of the most important bilateral relations in the world and are built on the friendly exchanges between the people of both countries. He noted that China-US relations will continue to improve as long as the two sides regard each other as partners and respect each other. President Xi highlighted the 45th anniversary of diplomatic relations, saying that the past was written by the people and the future will be created by the people. He also expressed hope that the people of China and the US from all walks of life will engage in more exchanges and help to build consensus, which will benefit the people and inject more stability into the world. President Xi said China's economic growth is healthy and sustainable, stressing the growth in 2023, which was among the highest in the world among major economies. He also said China's contribution to the world economic growth continued to exceed 30%. President Xi dismissed theories on China's potential economic collapse or peak and instead emphasized on the country's perseverance in overcoming challenges. He pledged that the country will continue to push forward its high-quality development and make more contributions to global sustainable development. President Xi also reiterated that China will not stop its reform and opening up. He said the country is rolling out measures to deepen reform and will continue to foster a market-oriented, law-based and world-class business environment. President Xi acknowledged recent challenges in China-US relations but remained hopeful, citing the consensus he reached with President Joe Biden last November. He said under current circumstances, the common interests of the two countries are not diminishing but increasing. He also said China-US relations cooperation is necessary for ensuring global growth and addressing international and regional issues. Representatives from the U.S. applauded China's rapid economic growth and transformation over the past few decades, saying that it shows economic resilience and dynamism. They also said the rights of the Chinese people to develop should be respected, while noting China's commitment to new quality productive forces and sustainable high-quality development. They said a strong and prosperous China is a positive force for the world, adding that a global conflict is not inevitable. U.S. business representatives appreciated China's recent moves to further its reform and opening up, expressing their optimism towards the country's economic prospects. The representatives also said that U.S. business and academic community support exchanges at all levels, expressing hope that the two countries can work together to address global challenges and build a stable, sustainable and productive relationship. Chinese President Xi Jinping has met with Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte in Beijing. She said the Netherlands has become a gateway of cooperation between China and the European Union, and China will continue to pursue high-level opening up and share the dividends of development with all parties. Prime Minister Rutte says his government is against decoupling with China. Our Russ Cullen has more.
The Dutch government said the goal of the trip was to focus on economic cooperation opportunities, the importance of a level playing field and equal market access. The role of Dutch firm ASML has also been key in the discussions surrounding Mark Rutte's trip. It's the world's leading supplier for the semiconductor industry. The last time that Mark Rutte and Xi Jinping met was on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Indonesia in 2022. At the time, the Chinese president said that countries should not politicise economics and trade and that industrial supply chains should be maintained. This is Mark Rutte's fifth and likely final trip to China. He is standing down as Prime Minister, a post he's held since 2010, as soon as parties can agree on the formation of a new government following national elections at the end of last year. Ross Cullen, CGTN, The Hague.
Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte emphasized the significant growth in trade volume between China and the Netherlands during his meeting with President Xi Jinping. Since the establishment of a comprehensive cooperation partnership between the two countries a decade ago, the bilateral trade volume has doubled. The Netherlands continued to hold the position of China's second largest trading partner within the European Union, with the trade volume in 2023 surpassing $117 billion. China's imports from the Netherlands experienced a remarkable increase over 35% on a yearly basis in 2023. March is marked by a flurry of high-level events like the China Development Forum and the Boao Forum for Asia, where global investors and business executives discuss their plans and vision for the Chinese market. What makes for a good business environment for foreign firms? My colleague Yang Chengxi explored this issue from Beijing.
At an investment summit in Beijing on Tuesday, municipal officials came on stage to convince global investors to place their bets on China. Foreign companies are an important part of the Chinese capital's economy, as seen in this area in southeast Beijing. This is the Beijing Economic Technological Development Area. About 90,000 companies from China and abroad have set up operations here. Of these, 102 are global Fortune 500 firms.
We occupy 0.35% of the land in Beijing and contribute 30% of the city's industrial added value. Foreign-funded enterprises contribute 70% of our output.
Special focus is on high-tech. Many Chinese companies delving into autonomous driving hold test rides in this area. The Japanese equipment maker SMC produces spare parts for automation machines here. The area wants more global high-tech firms to set up shop.
We established a dedicated working group for foreign enterprises last year. We can provide a maximum reward of 100 million RMB to enterprises that settle here, including services for talent recruitment and market development.
Policies to help foreign firms get accustomed to and integrated into the local market are key to this endeavor, said Professor Mark Greven from the International Institute for Management Development.
Enabling them, for instance, to build innovation centers, to connect to consumers, to understand how customers work here, to build those ecosystems with other local partners, whether it's universities or local companies, I think is really, really important.
He and his colleagues at the Swiss-based business school regularly write case studies on China's industries, identifying future opportunities.
Companies in China are transforming. We're looking for what is that next growth engine, what's that next big S-curve to jump on.
Growth of China's industries, many officials say, hinges on providing a leveled playing field for domestic and foreign companies alike. Yang Chengxi, CGTN, Beijing.
The fourth China International Consumer Products Expo is a major platform for global companies to access the huge Chinese market. It also features many domestic brands and opens its doors to the world in just 2 weeks. A news conference held on Wednesday in Beijing has confirmed key details about the upcoming expo. Zhang Siran has the details.
The fourth China International Consumer Products Expo will take place in the southern island province of Hainan from April 13th to 18th. A wide range of attractions are planned, with Republic of Ireland the guest of honor at this year's expo.
The events will be held in various venues across the island, thanks to the foundations laid by the Hainan Free Trade Port. Sub-venues in Haikou and Boao will showcase yacht tourism, duty-free shopping, and health consumption. Over 3,000 brands from 59 countries and regions will participate this year. The UK, Mongolia, Malaysia, and other countries will organize groups to take part for the first time.
智能家居、绿色金融。
We will host themed events of tourism, retail, smart homes, green finance, healthcare, international education, and fashion. We'll also advertise tourist attractions by hosting electric vehicle tours and races across the island. We're also happy to share the news that the expo is scheduled to be held from April the 13th to the 18th every year. April the 13th bears significant importance since Chinese President Xi Jinping announced the construction of the Hainan Free Trade Port in 2018. We hope this will help more potential exhibitors to make plans early in future.
Through the promotion of duty-free shopping and tourism, the expo aims to further drive up consumption in China. Zhang Siran, CGTN, Beijing.
Now let's take a look at some other business headlines from around the world. China's industrial companies saw profits surge 10% in the first 2 months of this year, thanks to policy support and demand recovery, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Electric vehicle exports from China to the European Union fell nearly 20% in the first 2 months of this year. The China Chamber of Commerce to the EU attributed the drop to the bloc's anti-subsidy investigation, which has had a negative impact on imports. China's market regulator said foreign companies were actively involved in over 60% of China's national standardization technological committees by the end of 2023. This has played a crucial role in enhancing China's technical standards and aligning them with international counterparts. This is Global Business. Coming up next. AI Power. World Forum for Asia emphasizes the transformative impact of AI on our lives, identifying it as an opportunity for growth and cooperation among Asian countries.
In response to global challenges and recognizing our shared destiny, we must promote peace, development, and cooperation. Addressing common challenges and fulfilling our shared responsibilities. Join us at the Pu'ao Forum for Asia Annual Conference 2024.
The ongoing 2024 Boao Forum for Asia, hosted in Hainan, recently released its annual report, highlighting the significant role of AI in reshaping the Asian economy. The report emphasizes the profound ways in which AI is transforming our lives and the global landscape, presenting growth opportunities and fostering collaboration among Asian countries. AI is rapidly expanding its applications across various domains, including technological innovation, product development, and industry implementation. Alongside other cutting-edge technologies, AI has become a strategic priority for major economies worldwide. In a special report released by the Boao Forum in January, it was highlighted that Asia holds a prominent position in scientific and technological innovation, with a notable emphasis on the top 5 science and technology industry clusters in East Asia. Indonesia is shifting its focus now on artificial intelligence, aiming to revolutionize sectors from healthcare to food security. Local companies are playing a pivotal role as Indonesia is positioning itself as a global leader in the AI industry. CGTN's Sukila Alwalia takes a look at the potential AI holds for the nation's economy and everyday life.
Kata.ai is the pioneer of conversational AI in Indonesia. One of its founder, Irzan, was passionate about AI very early on, leading him to build an algorithm that can understand various human languages.
And we serve our customers through different kind of use cases, be it in customer service, marketing, sales, utilizing AI chatbots, mostly on messaging applications like WhatsApp. To date, we have 200 plus enterprise clients coming from different sectors, telecommunication providers, financial service, retail, consumer goods, and we help them to improve the customer engagement. Not only that, we also help them to improve their profitability. So companies who are using us, they manage to reduce their cost by 70%.
In August 2020, the Indonesian government unveiled the National Strategy on Artificial Intelligence, a 25-year blueprint designed to catapult the country into a new era. This strategy promises to harness AI technology to streamline bureaucracy, enhance public services, and improve economic growth. President Joko Widodo says he envisions a future where AI is a part of Indonesia's daily life. The strategy is to create technological solutions for sectors like healthcare, education, and urban development. Kata's involvement signifies a collaborative effort between the government and private sectors, aiming to position Indonesia alongside global leaders in AI like the United States and China.
China is definitely the most advanced AI ecosystem in Asia, and then maybe followed by South Korea, Japan, and also Singapore. So I think Indonesia are actually learning from multiple countries how the nations are utilizing AI as their part of strategy.
With that inspiration, companies like Kata are becoming key players, helping to craft the national AI vision.
In this case, the government will only be responsible for laying down ethical and legal foundations, but private companies will be the main driver of AI growth in Indonesia. This is important because AI can be dangerous without proper regulations, and the Indonesian government must have a strong base to supervise these new upcoming companies. Many studies show that if Indonesia optimizes the benefits of artificial intelligence, by 2030, it can achieve revenues of around $336 billion.
Firman says beyond the technology, Indonesia's national strategy is still about its people, not the machines. It's about creating a future where every Indonesian can benefit from AI, from farmers to students, and from patients to policymakers.
Earlier, my colleague Guan Xin had the opportunity to engage with foreign dignitaries from the financial and transportation sectors participating in the Boao Forum. They discussed the prospects of cooperation between their respective countries and China. Take a listen.
I think the very important topic, the digital payment, is just today. We signed the MOU with the People's Bank of China to support each other to develop the digital payment, to support the retail payment and move to the wholesale and maybe next to the trade and investment.
This is our first time here in the Boao Forum. For us, it's a very important meeting that we are having right now. And we hope that with China, we have a huge relationship, the better relationship with China government. And right now, they are doing our subway in Colombia and another 5 projects in infrastructure. So we hope that with this invitation from you, we can put some efforts together to work in another different projects. So we are here showing our portfolio of projects, not just in the infrastructure, so in a multimodal transport, because we're working on subways and railways, in airports.
Earlier, my colleague Lily Liu spoke to Ethiopia's Minister of State for Finance and Economic Cooperation, Simireta Siwasiu, and former Managing Director of the Institute of International Finance, Charles Dallara. Both speakers highlighted the importance of international cooperation and the impact of the Belt and Road Initiative and the challenges and opportunities in the global economic landscape.
The China-Africa cooperation has always been based on the principle of mutual benefit, and Ethiopia is one of the beneficiaries from China-Africa cooperation. How do you view future opportunities in China and Ethiopia cooperation?
We have very good relations that have benefited both countries. We highly note that the Addis Ababa Djibouti railway project. It's very important. Ethiopia is a landlocked country. We access the port through this route, and literally 95% of our exports and imports happen through this infrastructure. We find China has the highest number of investors in the country, but the Belt and Road Initiative allows for those investment to access bigger market. So linkage of infrastructure, both in power, road, allow for markets to develop in the region. This is beneficial for many countries in the area.
One of the key words for development these days is high quality development. It is a concept that features technological innovation and sustainability. So China has its own strategy of high quality development. What kind of opportunities do you think China's growth path unveil for African nations?
China is a very good model from which African countries like Ethiopia can learn from. Infrastructures that we invest in have to have multiple levels of outcomes in terms of both contributing to economic and social development happening in the country. We see what China has done and we want to learn from those both technological advancements and also other areas where we can learn and exchange views on concepts, technology and financing as well.
I know you were just in Beijing for the CDF a few days ago, and I saw your interview. You expressed confidence in the resilience of the Chinese economy, and now we're at Boao Forum for Asia. How do you think can China synergize with Asian economies to deal with our common challenges?
Well, I do have confidence in the resilience, not just of the Chinese economy, but the Chinese people. They will adjust and they will adapt and they will find a new way forward. And the Chinese economy now is in a fascinating moment because Chinese companies and Chinese businessmen and businesswomen are investing more in the region outside China. Last year, in less than 1 year, they invested almost $150 billion worth of investment into other parts of the Asian region, into Vietnam, into Malaysia, into the Philippines, even into Korea and Japan. So we're now seeing an interesting trend of investment throughout the region, coming not just from the US and Europe, but coming from China itself.
In the past few years, when people talk about global economy, one of the things that people are concerned most about is probably sovereign debt crisis. What do you think of the global level, current level of global sovereign debt, and how do you think can governments and financial institutions do to prevent those risks?
Sovereign debt is a major issue still in the world economy today, even though the problems which created the European sovereign debt crisis have somewhat been managed. But I think that if I look at sovereign debt levels around the world, in China you have very high levels of corporate debt. In the US we have very high levels of sovereign debt. It is not an immediate problem for the US economy, but if we continue on this trend, it could become a problem. Our debt relative to the size of our economy, debt relative to GDP, has doubled in the last 20 years, doubled. It's over 120% now. So multilateral institutions have many programs to support countries which are facing sovereign debt crises, but they need to broaden their base of expertise.
During the event, several guests shared their insights on the forum's role in the international arena.
Shared responsibility. This afternoon I was participating in one of the forums with regard to trade restrictions. WTO is weaker than before. What can we do about it? So all very relevant for a multinational company because we also depend on free trade.
I will participate in a conversation which is very topical and important for us, is what are the key geopolitical developments nowadays.
If China does well, the world will do well because China is the growth engine of Asian economy and the world economy. What is good thing about China is China likes to share its good experience with other countries.
The Boao Forum places significant emphasis on the development of youth and the support of young entrepreneurs. During the event, we spoke to Wu Haoqi, a gifted inventor who has designed a highly efficient automation method. This method holds great potential in helping China achieve its carbon goals.
日常生活中呢，都见过灭火器、空气清新剂，在这些产品中都有一个非常重要的零部件——雾化喷嘴。喷嘴的作用就是让液体燃料雾化，形成直径很小的液雾。在这小小的雾化喷嘴中，技术含量却不小。我们的团队一直在研发的就是先进雾化技术。从大2到大4， 我和我的同学们都泡在了实验室中，经过大量测试，摸索出了一套成熟先进的雾化喷嘴设计方法，设计了气磁结合的颠覆性雾化技术。而应用这个技术呢，单喷嘴能耗更低，粒径更小，是一种非常高效的雾化方式，综合成本也仅为传统雾化喷嘴的1/3。那这样一套技术怎么去助力碳达峰、碳中和呢？雾化喷嘴对燃气轮机的性能影响很大，喷嘴喷出的雾化粒径越小，蒸发的时间就越短，压缩空气所需要的能量便减小了，从而实现了节能减排的效果。燃气轮机在发电、船舶、铁路运输等很多领域中都有着广泛应用，也越来越多的应用于“一带一路”的沿线地区，是能源动力行业的核心设备。当我们的技术应用其中时，可以以更小的能源消耗，以提高更多的发电量。在未来，我非常希望我们可以和“一带一路”国家加强合作与交流，在更多领域应用我们的新技术，让小小的雾化喷嘴助力绿色发展，共建美好家园。
Moving on to some other business headlines we're tracking at this hour. Confidence in the Eurozone economy showed a slight improvement in March, although still at subdued levels. According to the European Commission data, the Eurozone sentiment indicator edged up to 96.3 in March from 95.5 in February, matching expectations. Japan's finance minister issued his strongest warning yet on Wednesday about yen weakness as the currency fell to a 34-year low against the dollar. Shunichi Suzuki stated that the authorities could take decisive steps. Sweden's central bank held its key rate unchanged at 4% on Wednesday, as is expected. The bank stated that the inflation pressure had now eased enough for the policy rate to be cut in the coming month. Now we wrap up this edition of Global Business. Thanks for watching. I'm Zhu Jingfeng in Beijing. City Tune will continue with more news and views. Please stay with us.